Hey, everybody. Welcome to Unwanted Drums. I'm Jason Gittinger, your host. So glad you joined me today. I've had a fabulous couple of days. I drove to Ohio. It was my mom's birthday. So my sister and brother-in-law and nieces and my daughter, we all got together and we helped sort of remodel her kitchen. It was fabulous. Happy birthday, Mom. Fun time doing that, hanging out with family. And then today I drove down to Columbus, Ohio, and I got to visit my daughter at college and say dad-like things to her and her friends in her dorm. Shout out to the friends in the dorm. Hey, everybody. I have new subscribers. I love it. It was kind of fun. But then I got to visit Columbus Percussion, which is like the best drum store in the Midwest, if you ask me. Fabulous people. Always get to meet Jim Rupp over there and chat about drums and life, see how he's doing. One of the most fantastic people to support the drumming community in the country. If you guys need stuff, Columbus Percussion is a great place to find stuff and find great people that know about things. Man, in my youth, I used to take 3 different drum lessons on Tuesday nights, 6, 6:30, and 7, or 5:30, 6, and 6:30, or something like that. I would study with 3 great teachers, Joe Ong, who taught at Ohio State University for a while too, Ed Cobbs, who was fabulous, and Steve Dodge. Those were like 3 different teachers. One was like a jazz teacher. I would learn sort of jazz kind of drum set things from Joe Ong, and then Ed Cobbs taught me a bunch of world percussion stuff and some classical stuff, and then Steve Dodge, we did a bunch of classical percussion stuff. Those were fun times before I'd go to Columbus Youth Jazz Ensemble with Todd Stoll. I was reliving all these things as I'm driving around Columbus today. Man, I was thinking about Matt Crouse, who used to work behind the desk, and he would make these mixtapes of like cool classic rock stuff because he was like, this kid's too nerdy and knows too many jazz things, man. He doesn't know any of the classic rock stuff, so he would make me these awesome mixtapes and just blow my mind with that stuff. And Matt's doing amazing things. He's got a podcast called Working Drummer, as you all know, because you guys have all seen it. I'm sure it's fabulous. Hundreds of episodes of great inspirational chats with working drummers. So Matt Crouse, shout out, my friend. And I also remember Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson used to hang out behind the counter. He does all kinds of amazing things across the Midwest and across the world now, too. Such an inspiration growing up there, learning about the drums with those guys, and being inspired as a sort of a kid behind all of them. The last time I was in Columbus, we were dropping my daughter off at school, and we just went to a random Subway, and I ran into Tony McClung, who's like one of the best drummers in Columbus as well. And it was hilarious because my daughters were like, how do we walk into a random Subway and run into a drummer, Dad? And I'm like, I don't know. That's music, man. It's a superpower. And we get to meet and see all kinds of awesome people through music. So shout out to Tony. Such a great time. Thank you guys for all the inspiration in my youth. As I was driving home, I was thinking, man, I got to play some drums tonight. So I found a song as I was driving in my list of potential songs to play. And it just was the right song for today. It's Eric Clapton and Steve Winwood doing a live version of Can't Find My Way Home. And I was like, I don't know what the song's about, but just that phrase, Can't Find My Way Home, I was like, man, that's sort of appropriate for today because you go home and you visit people and you see things from when you were a kid, but like, it's never the same. The buildings don't look the same. They changed the roads. There's a roundabout now instead of a stoplight, all of those kinds of things. There's sort of that in terms of the physical place you're trying to find, but at the same time, also, it'll just never feel the same. You're a different person who's grown and gone and done other things, and you come back and it doesn't really feel the same. To be quite honest, at Columbus Percussion today, there was a young gentleman working behind the counter who was awesome, but he was like, I didn't know him. You know what I'm saying? But then Jim came out and he started talking, and I was like, oh, this is the same place, but I didn't know the guy behind the counter. Like, in a drum store, it should be, in my opinion, a place for all of us to commune and come together and share war stories and experiences and stuff like that. So it was just really great to see Jim and experience that again with him and find my way home a little bit. So without further ado, here's a little bit of Eric Clapton and Steve Winwood live at Madison Square Garden playing Can't Find My Way Home. There you go, everybody. Can't Find My Way Home. Eric Clapton, Steve Winwood, live at Madison Square Garden. Obviously, two legends playing one of their original songs from Blind Faith from back in the day. Ginger Baker on the original, right? Always fun to play along to a live version of something. There's a lot of energy and they build things. You can never sort of recreate it when you're playing along to them, but for me, it was just a visceral reaction to sort of all those emotions from driving across the state today and feeling all those things from going home. So hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you'll join me next time here on Unwanted Drums. Appreciate you guys supporting this thing. Talk to you soon.